everybody knows the Busbys. It's one of a kind.
Yeah, can't miss it.
I'm about to burn the thing down. I remember being like, oh my gosh, this is like what a panic attack, feeling totally overwhelmed. It's like, I just need somebody to hold me. And so sometimes it gets to that and I'm crying because like I know what that feeling feels like. And, it's a blessing that I felt like I could be that for her. And like, wow, just felt a good reminder that like, man, I'm so thankful that I'm here to be able to hold her.
This is More Than Reality podcast, where we dive into all things faith, family, and marriage and share that there is so much more than the reality that you see on the surface. Welcome to More Than Reality with Adam and Danielle Busby.
Hello.
What's up, guys? This is episode 46 of More Than Reality podcast. This is Adam and Danielle Busby.
And we are fresh off a new schedule.
Oh, yeah.
New life routine we are back on routine, which feels so good to me.
Yeah.
But it's a little bit hectic with a family of 8.
It takes like a week or so to like kind of level out with the new schedule.
I actually told the girls that today. I was like, they're like, it's so hard to get up. I'm like, I know. I've been praying for y'all to sleep in until like 8, 9 o'clock.
It's funny.
And now you finally do.
Yeah, it is funny because it's like we get to right at the tail end of summer and then they finally start to sleep in.
How are we ever going to wake up so early? I'm like, well,
you did this
last month.
Yeah, you did this for half the summer, more than half the summer.
All your life. Yeah.
They wake up whenever the sun's up, but then 2 weeks before school starts, they start sleeping until 10.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep, you're in for a rude awakening.
I told them at breakfast today, I was like, listen, I was like, hey, we got to get moving. We got to get to school, and it's first week of school. So it's extra trafficy. Like we got to leave early.
Trafficy.
Mm-hmm. It's a word.
Yeah. Is it?
Yeah. A lot of traffic. So I don't know what I was saying. Oh, and I said, it's going to take about 2 weeks for your bodies to get adjusted. 2 weeks. Mom, that's forever.
Forever.
I'm like, no, it won't be forever. But
2 weeks of blink in this house. All right, so we're going to take a little break for our sponsor today, which is Cozy Earth.
Cozy Earth. Okay, so do you have, I know I do you have one spot in your house that you just, is like your retreat spot? Like you go to it and you can just sink in and just have that moment of like quiet, no one touch me, bother me, anything. I mean, I would normally say my bathtub, but since Cozy Earth has come into our life, it is definitely my bed. First week of school, all started, kids' new school this week, and it was an overwhelming sense of emotional day. And I was like, literally got home and I plopped on my bed in my Cozy Earth sheets with...
After getting all the kids to school, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember going, I thought you left. And then I walked into the room and I flipped the light on. And I was like, oh, crap. Hurry up and turn it on.
I was with my, my bubble cuddle blanket. It's just this organic, hypoallergenic, comfortable, soft, silky, breathable, cooling blanket. And I just had to just be alone. And I just needed to be in the solitude and quiet in the comfort of my like little comfortable retreat. And so I know that's for me. And so I think that everybody needs to find a place to call their retreat. And why not make it your bed? Why not make it Cozy Earth sheets, Cozy Earth blankets, Cozy Earth PJs, loungewear? They got it all. And I'm telling you, it's worth it. It's worth the investment that you put into these products because they're unlike anything else that you have ever tried. Guarantee. So we have a code here. It's called More Than, and you can get 40% off if you go to CozyEarth.com. So get you a bubble cuddle blanket, get you Cozy Earth sheets, and go retreat in your bed.
There you go. There you have it.
Thank you, Cozy Earth, for sponsoring this podcast.
From a stressed out mom.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Cozy Earth. And now back to the episode.
Talk about a whirlwind of, I think moving and like experiencing the summer and knowing that new schools and all that, it's been like accepted by everybody in the house. But then it's like, it's here and it's real, and just, I don't know. Like, I didn't know like what my emotions were, because I'm like back in like that schedule mode and got to do this, and this, and just been really stressed out with all the things prepping before school. And then it's here. And then I was feeling weird about like dropping them off, but then they all were fine. And so I was like, oh, I'm fine.
Yeah.
And then it was like, okay, now we got to get Blake and then bring her to high school. And I was like, do you want me to walk you in? I'm just kidding.
Yeah, right.
Like, no. Are you taking the van or the car?
Yeah.
You can drop me off if you're taking the car. If you're driving the van, I'll walk a block. You know. But we just had an interesting like first week. And everybody knows the Buzz Bus. It's one of a kind.
Yeah, I can't miss it.
I'm about to burn the thing down because
oh God.
I don't know. Like, one, it's a blessing we have the family van, and we'll always have the family van, and it carries us all. So we will always have it. But the last 2 weeks, it's just been going through one of its growing pains too, where it's like, I don't want to work. Yeah. And that is very complicated for us as a big family, because if it really needs to go to like the shop, it's so complicated to get like a loaner car that fits us and all the things. So I think last time we ended up renting a car out or something. Insurance like paid for us to like rent a car out while it was like in the shop for like a month or two. Yeah. But it's one to give us a little bit of extra excitement.
The past couple of weeks, we've had, I think it all centered around the battery, which I was like, thank God,
screw the battery. We've had two of them. It's been replaced twice.
God, it's just been the battery. But it's funny because it's like this ongoing saga with the battery in the van. Because I don't know if it just has to do with, because it's a conversion van. It's got the TVs. It's got onboard power inverters, so the kids can plug in all kind of stuff. And so I don't know if it gets finicky with like the electrical system or whatever,
or it's getting to be like 8 years old already.
The particular batteries that we've been putting in this van, I mean, it's like a big heavy duty battery. It's huge because it's a big van, and we've had to warranty the battery out, I think 2 to 3 times.
Three times, and I have 2 in the last like 6 months.
And I purposely bought the top of the line best battery that they had for the van, thinking, okay, we're not going to have any issues. Like bought the platinum, whatever, best battery they had for this van.
Wait, this is very much Adam right there, what you just said. I bought the top of the line to go and show you that sometimes top of the line isn't the best.
Well,
in this case, it wasn't.
We'll see with this new battery.
But so we're taking back to the very first day of school. We are first day of school.
No, it's like a few days before the first day of school.
Yeah, but I'm talking about
the van left us stranded out in the dark.
Yeah, but this was but we didn't have, it's not like we were like,
we went to the very first like Friendswood community event. It was like this pep rally
that we went to. It was our first, like, not the first of the community.
Yeah, the first one that our family attended. And it's like this under the oaks thing where they had like, it was like a community pep rally. They had all the local like organizations and stuff. They all had tables and stuff, so you could
schools with their like
meet everybody and stuff.
Yeah.
And so we ended up, we took all the kids and let them watch like the cheerleaders and stuff do their thing. The band played and all this stuff. But we got to we met the superintendent for all of Friendswood, which was a super pleasant guy. Very nice conversation we had with him. Mm-hmm. And we ended up talking to him like late into the event. And so by the time we were walking out to the van, like pretty much everybody had left.
Yeah.
Lights were out, and we're walking out to the van, get in the van, doesn't start. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. So we had parked on the street, and van just dead in the water. Nobody here. A guy like passing down the road, he stopped, pulled out his jumper cables. Jumper cables weren't even working. Weren't even starting the van. I was like, oh, great. Here we go. Cop pulls up, turns his lights on. He's being super helpful.
Well, we had a little jump box.
Yeah, and we had a jump box.
Learned to carry with us the last couple months.
Yeah, because you just never know. So we keep it in the back of the van. So and ultimately we ended up. It was something like I was connecting the jumper cables where you're supposed to connect to, but it wasn't charging and it wasn't starting the van. And so we shifted the cables around and put it directly onto the wires. We finagled the wiring harness to where you could put the cable right onto the wires and got the van started. And so we're like, let's get it off the street, get it into this parking lot, and let's see if it's going to stay going. So we pulled it off the road, pulled it into this dark parking lot, and then... No,
you're forgetting some of the funniest details of this. I'm like, you're usually all in the super descriptive, black to red, and blah, blah, blah. But in the meantime of we got it to... The cop was like, okay, we had our little box. It started it, and Adam wanted to take it off right away. And the cop's like, no, just leave it on there. Let's make sure it goes. And Adam's like, oh, it should be fine. And he... takes it off
and the van
dies. So the cop's like, this is why I say leave it on. I was like,
it's
snap.
just a jump box.
So we do it again. It starts up and we leave it on for a few minutes. Perfect. Great. All right. We're good. Blah, blah, blah. And the cop's like, I'm going to just hang around, make sure that it stays going or whatever. So I'm like, all right, kids, get in the car. And Adam's like, thanks, whatever's still outside. And Blake hops in back. She's like, Mom, turn the air on. I go to turn the air on.
And the van dies. Great. Why'd you turn the air on?
Oh, man. I was like, dang it.
Because it was like 8:40 and the auto parts store closed at 9. And so I knew we need to get there quick so I can buy whatever I need to buy to fix this. And so
we jumped it again, got it started, and then pulled it off the side of the road.
Yeah.
He's holding the jump box, and I pulled in to the parking lot area, and I've just parked the car, and it's still running. I didn't touch the air. I didn't touch anything. And Adam's talking to the cop, and the van dies again. It's just sitting there on, and it dies. And at that time, before, I had already texted a group of our friends with friends, and I was like, oh my gosh, we need some help. We're stranded. Can someone come pick us up? Probably need 2 vehicles since there's a bunch of us. So in the meantime, when I said that, 2 friends were like, okay, yes, we're on our way. Their husbands were on their way. Well, then we got the van started and moved it to the side of the road. And I was like, oh no, we got it started. No problem. Thanks anyway. We got it. Then it died again. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I will not be asking these people again. Get in your car, leave, get in your car. I was like, I'm not doing it. So then I called Corley. And I was like, okay, we need help now. Now you're going to come. We need your help. You're going to come get us. Cause now it's died. It's started. It's died. It started. People are going to pick us up. We told them not to. They're going to come. We told them not to. So I'm just going to call one person, come get us. And so, yeah, it was funny because he thinks Corley's coming to pick us up, and I'm waiting for him to before I called her, I'm waiting for him to come jump the car again. And he's just hanging out back there talking to the cop. And I'm like, Adam, it's dead. It died again. Come jump it again. He's like, the jump box is dead. I'm like, oh my gosh. He's like, are Corley them coming to get us? I'm like, no, because it started. He's like, well, call him again. Call him.
Get him
so
back.
It was interesting. So finally.
So they brought 2 cars, one for Danielle just to take the kids home, and she just left the car with her. And then me and Ben went straight to the auto parts store to be there before they closed. And so I literally bought everything to fix this battery. And even tools, because I didn't have tools with me. So I buy everything. Ben's brother meets us there. Corley was with us whenever we got to the place.
And they had some of their kids with them too.
She left to bring the kids home in Ben's car, and then we rode back to the van with all the stuff, all the supplies.
3 men in a truck.
Me, Ben, and Jay, and Ben's brother.
Did you get a flashlight?
No, I didn't buy a flashlight. We just had iPhones. And so we get all the way back to the van. I pull the I pull the bolt off the van, and it was just funny because like the wiring harness slides into this boot, and whenever I pulled the boot off the battery, I could just like fold it over. I'm like, that's not right. And immediately I was like, oh crap, all these wires are like broken or something in here. What's going on? So I pulled the boot all the way off, and the wires were intact. And so I just took the wires and I just touched it straight to the battery, and then Jay was able to start it up. I was like, that's weird. And so come to find out, 4 months ago, whenever we warrantied this battery out, the guy that changed it at the auto parts store, he slid the wiring harness into the boot, and instead of overlapping the washers, he just butted them together. And so the wiring, the washer that was attached to the boot was just connected, and the other main wiring harness was just kind of touching it.
To all you women listening out here, we have no idea what he's talking about.
And then that's why over the last couple weeks, every now and then the van just randomly wouldn't start, because if it got kind of wiggled loose or whatever and wasn't touching all the way, it just wouldn't start. And so it was just baffling.
So we got that fixed. That was on like Saturday.
Yeah.
Saturday.
Started fine.
First day of school's Tuesday.
Started fine going to school. We get the kids dropped off to their new elementary school.
And we were walking them in. So we parked, and you actually made a comment.
I wonder if I should just leave the van on.
Yeah. You're like, oh, and because like Blake was not done getting ready. So the goal was she was going to ride with us. So we just go straight to drop her off afterwards. Cause I'm like, it's first day of school. It's going to be traffic. And
this was like the first time we drove in the van since I fixed it. So I was like, I wonder if I should just leave it on. And I ended up turning it off. We drove it on
Sunday at the tennis stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, it was working fine. It's Sunday, Monday. Monday is when I went to Target, and I'm like, I was my last stop. All those school supplies, I was missing one little headphone. And I was like, last thing, pulled in, and I'm like, stupid man won't start. And I'm by myself with like 3 kids, and it's hot. And so here I am. I'm like, I'm going to do this. I'm like, all right, Adam, black on black, red on red. And so thankfully it started, because it took like 3 times, but it finally started. Yeah. Got home, and the next morning, it's school morning. We get to school and walk the girls to classroom. No big deal. I didn't know how I felt, because I was like anticipating a little bit more anxiousness and tears. And
very good.
I think because a lot of people were like in 5th grade, they kind of were already all sitting down, and everybody else, it's like its own like kind of like little wing and pod. And so there was a lot of other kids like still getting to their classrooms and stuff, but 5th grade was kind of already settled, and they felt kind of like, oh no, we're late, which we weren't really late. But anyways, get them dropped off. I'm like, okay, this is good. Now we got to hurry up and get back. Traffic's horrible. Got to get Blake, got to get her to school. It's going to be horrible traffic getting her to school. Get to the van.
Dead. Will not start at all. And now it's doing this clicking or doing something. I'm like, oh my gosh, like Blake's going to lose it. She's not with us. Here we are, very first day, this new school, van's parked out on the road at the street, and the Busbys van's dead in the water. How embarrassing is that? And then Lynn, it was funny. It was like, I saw the Busby van parked out in front of the school. I'm like, yep. So luckily there was one of the girls that comes over our house every single day. Her parents were leaving at the same time, and they tried to jump it once. It wasn't jumping. And so I was like, look, Danielle was like, can you just bring us home? I got to get Blake to school. And so they just gave us a ride back to our house. That's when I popped on my bed, because I'm like, and then I hurry up, and I got in the house. And I was like, Blake, let's go. Got in the car, brought her to school, which took like 45 minutes. Yeah. Got back, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I am so overwhelmed right now with these things called emotions, and thought, like, usually I don't experience those because I never allow myself to like have enough time to like think and process, because I'm always busy. But I don't know. I just like got home, and I was like, I don't know. I don't know if I want to cry, if I'm excited. There's so much to do. Like, they're in school, the daytime. There's so many things that still need to get unpacked and stuff in this house. But I was like, I just got to go to Costco. Like, just all these things thinking. And I was like, I have to just have like a moment. I need a moment of just like
nobody talked to me.
Yeah. So I grabbed all my tools, jumped in my truck because the van's just stranded out on the side of the road. So I drove my truck all the way back over to the van. And what was the weirdest thing, like I grabbed the jump box like we tried to do earlier, put it on there, van started. Like, huh. so stupid. And so then I'm like, okay. So I just turned my flashers on my truck, locked my truck, and then I drove the van straight to the auto parts store. Had them tested the battery. They're like, the battery's bad. It's defective.
Oh, great.
I'm like, okay, well, that's at least a good sign. I mean, the battery's under warranty. And so they're like, we can give you a full refund for the battery. And I'm like, well, do you have another battery? And then they're like, well, that battery that you have, I can't give you the same one because they discontinued it. I was like, yeah, because it's sucks.
Horrible.
And I was like, do you have anything that's better or more powerful or whatever? And so they had this other battery it was like $100 more. I'm like, well, I'll just pay the difference. Bought this new battery. And
was it a top of the line battery?
Oh, it was.
Oh, dang it. I thought you were going to say no.
It's like the batteries that they use in like the people that have like.
Is it like an RV battery?
Really? No, people that. And I used to have one whenever I had that show car. But it's like these
your show days?
High power batteries, Optima battery or whatever that they use in like sound systems and stuff. And so I'm like, and he's like, it's better for like cars that have like a bunch of accessories and stuff like our van does.
It does.
So I was like, okay, great. I'll buy that one. And so I went ahead and changed this one and got it changed. Van started right up. No issue. I'm like, okay. Drove the van home, dropped it off, had a neighbor drive me back to my truck, got my truck, drove it home. So I think the van's square. Plus we have a 3-year warranty on this new battery. So
I am glad it's still
like
just been
this
the battery.
van and batteries. I don't know what the deal is. It just eats them.
I just was scared. I'm like, dude, I mean, is it like, you know, like I know what I'm talking about. The alternator, the starter, the things that I hear people say.
Well, I was starting to worry about that.
Thankfully, it's just been the battery.
But
so
last time we changed the battery, I was like, can you just test the alternator? And they're like, our alternator is great. It's working fine. So I'm like, okay, well, I guess it's just the battery.
Yeah.
And
anyways, if anyone's listening to this and like wants to somewhat sponsor us with a new Busby van, we will upgrade 2.0, Busby van 2.0, so we don't have to get stranded on the side of the road.
I don't know if I'm going to ever buy another conversion van.
Yeah, I don't know either. But I think eventually, I always think like, you know, in a couple years, like everybody will be driving. Like, will we keep that van then?
Yeah, we'll probably.
Because we'll keep it for grandkids.
Just like either a regular van or just get like a SUV that's got three, like a bench seat in the middle.
But will we keep that van for like grandkids and stuff? I feel like we should.
I told Danielle I'm going to drive it to the wheels falls, but it's been on my last nerve lately. And so
we call it our, it keeps us humble van.
Yeah.
Because even from the trim,
yeah, we had a babysitter.
Adam, put the trim back on the van.
I know. I need to do that.
And it's so embarrassing.
I have
like,
the pieces. I have the pieces for it, the fiberglass pieces to put it. But we had a babysitter that stayed with the kids over a weekend, and she had to bring the kids to school.
She ran into a rock
Monday morning, and
or boulder.
I mean that van.
She ran into a rock, babe. You love rocks.
Well, I didn't like that
rocks.
She made, in that van, it's like such a big van. You have to make wide turns. Well, she didn't do that. She's not used to driving it, clearly. And she hit like this side swipe, this big boulder
that took off that piece of trim
in a corner in our neighborhood. And both trim pieces just like flew off of it at the bottom.
But we have the trim, and it's been years since that happened.
I ordered the trim pieces. And
it actually took a long time to get the trim.
It's just kind of a pain because they're not painted. And so
white.
They're not painted. They're gray.
Oh, I thought they were white.
No, they're gray. And that's why I haven't, because I'm like, I'm going to have to bring this to a body shop. It's going to sit there for 2-3 weeks. And so I just haven't done it. So I may just bring it to a body shop and say, hey, can you just paint these? And then whenever they're ready, just see if we can just bolt them on, even though it's probably not going to match perfectly, but whatever.
You know what?
It's better than just having missing panels.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That is true.
So
maybe we should just paint all the panels like pink.
No.
However, talking about vans, I am obsessed with that new Volkswagen ID Buzz. It's called the Buzz. van, ID Buzz.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
It is so cute.
I'd probably trade my truck in on it.
No,
honestly.
you wouldn't. I can't see you driving that. I just think it's so cute.
It fits all my camera stuff pretty good.
Has Adam Busby media van.
Yeah.
What color would you get? The orange one.
I've never seen one in person, but I actually got.
They have the blue
I
one
get
at
weird,
the dealership.
and whenever there's anything new or like I research it like on YouTube and try like see like reviews and stuff. And there was one, I've never seen it at a dealership, but there was a guy that reviewed one that was like gray and red, and it looked really cool. It was like a metallic silver, like gunmetal color, and then the accent colors where it would normally be blue or green or orange or whatever was red. And it actually looked really cool. But
total hot dad car.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'd slam it and put big wheels on it.
That's hilarious. Anyway.
Old days. Get me an Optima battery, put in it, and put some sound system.
Some glow sticks.
Yeah.
Not glow sticks. What's it called? Glow, like the lights.
Neons.
Yeah, and puka shells.
Heck yeah. Be like old times. I'll run this town.
First day of school is like, or the first week of school, it's like everyone is pretty much like, above all, I've been very, very proud of how they've kind of like responded and adjusted, especially Blake with like going into the high school and, you know,
new high school, new friends.
That's just scary. It's scary overall, even whenever you do know friends in there. But
yeah, Blake's been the one that we've been most concerned about. Is just because she's going into high school. It's her first year of high school, and we're moving to a new town. So it's just like, you know, she's got to meet new friends and all this kind of stuff. But a big boost was 2 weeks before school started. She had a tennis camp, which was all the freshman girls and boys. Did this tennis camp, and then the next week was tryouts, and she made the team. Yeah. And that was like a huge confidence boost for her, knowing that like she's coming into this new school. She's already on the tennis team. She's already made friends within the tennis team, but also made some friends through other friends that we've had.
Yeah. Who's like, oh my God, let's connect her with such and such. They have a freshman, or which that's been really,
the community here is
really great with the community here.
Unreal. Yeah. Just like super welcoming, bringing, you know, their kids, coming and introducing themselves, like inviting Blake to Bible studies. Yeah. We've had a friend, which her daughter's like an upperclassman, and she's come and picked Blake up, and they've gone and done stuff, and she's brought other friends and kind of done matchmaker with her friends and stuff with Blake, and
matchmaker,
like friend matchmaker. Like she's like, oh, I have a friend that's going to be a freshman too, blah blah blah, and she's like, funny. You know, they all kind of linked up, and so it's been super cool. And then Blake's been, I mean, really great about just like putting herself out there and just like instead of being just super timid and not wanting to do it, like she's like, okay, and she'd just go. Mm-hmm.
She's really pushed herself to be uncomfortable. Yeah. And I think because she's finding that there are a lot of other girls that are a little bit more like-minded like her. Yeah. And that's made her just kind of be able to connect a little bit. And so she's met a lot of people, and now she's just trying to figure out like who's going to be like my crew, you know? But it's been really good to see her like kind of like walk through that season. I know was really worried about it, and just telling her like, when we do hard things, it helps us grow and, you know, learn perseverance and stuff. And so she's really been like pushing through all that, which has been beautiful to watch. Yeah. But on the other hand, it's kind of like, you know, the Quints, I've worried about them adjusting and starting a new school, but not as much as it has been on the thoughts for Blake, because the Quints are together. They have each other.
I haven't really been that concerned about the Quints because they always have each other matter what.
But we do know always like the first day jitters.
But with higher order multiples, like we're allowed to kind of dictate what,
just multiples in general,
what girls go into a class with each other, how we pair them up and all that kind of stuff. So like we know going into it, they're always going to have a sister in their class or two. And so I haven't been that concerned with them because, you know, they always have kind of a security blanket because they have their sister. And
this is really like the last year that they can have that too.
Yeah. And so it helps a ton because even if they do feel a little left out or withdrawn, they always have their sister by their side.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's what I've always preached to them. Like, you guys are a little wolf pack and you take care of your sister, you defend your sister, you know. And I've always told them, like, you know, going through and being in groups of friends and stuff like that, like if I ever find out that you are complicit with, you know, another group of friends making fun of your sisters or bullying your sisters and stuff in front of you, and you did not do anything about it,
you're going to be in trouble.
That is how you get in the most trouble in this house.
Yeah.
Like, you always come to your sister's defense and you never like will stay silent whenever, if somebody, you know, either picks on or bullies or anything of your sisters.
Yeah.
Like, don't ever let me find out that you were complicit in that or that you've kind of stood on the sidelines with that. You always come to your sister's defense. And so I haven't been that concerned with them because I know they always have each other. And so that's why, like, most of my focus and attention has just been like on Blake and like how she's going to do, how she's going to adjust. And she's just completely exceeded expectations. But
this week has been hard, very hard.
Yeah.
Because, you know, we've talked about in the past, and you've also seen it like on OutDaughtered too, like our seasons of like, Parker when she was a lot younger, like, so like had anxiety and like walking through that and, how we helped her. Well, we've never really had experienced any of that with any of the other kids, but we do know Parker still has, like, you know, when it's a big change, like first day of school, like there's a little bit of uncertainty, like what's to come. So a lot of prepping and like reminding and saying like, but you're going to be with this sister and this is what this is going to be like. We went toward the school and classroom, meet the teacher, like all those things. And we know she still has those experiences of like a little bit of anxiousness and whatnot, but she's been very well learning how to like cope and manage it, even as like a 10-year-old. But on the other hand, we have Riley, who is very like strong-headed. Everything's like black or white, full of like,
well, Riley, her biggest thing is she doesn't like change.
She doesn't like change. So she's very much knows what she wants. She's going to do that. And she already has thought of all the other things that is why this is what her decision was. And when it comes to this, even at the school that she was at for 4 or 5 years, like even at that first day of school, it's a new surrounding. It's something new, you know, even like moving to this house, there was some anxiety with her there, like some tears and like, but what room am I going to be in? What bed you're going to have, you know, so
she needs to have everything figured out.
She has to have it figured out, which is also teaching her that sometimes we can't figure everything out.
We can't control it.
And we can't control that. And so that's, I think this week it's been like the hardest for her to really start understanding that I have some physical anxiety, like my stomach hurts, but I don't really know what's wrong.
Yeah.
And I don't know how to explain it. And so it's been like today, she stayed home today because I'm like, you know, we were up all night, lots of tears, lots of comforting, lots of praying, lots of questions, lots of talking, holding hands, like, and she's never been a kid that's ever been like, lay with me or whatever, but I could just tell like she was so uncomfortable, which then therefore made me as mom being like, man, I can't fix this, you know? And so then I'm emotional and I'm like, don't like being emotional, but like, it's hard to like have these feelings of like, you can't fix that, but you try so hard, and it's something that they have to learn to navigate and walk through. And I think that's the hardest part of parenting. And though we've walked through like anxiety and stuff with Parker, this one is very different. It's a different level of like how, and she's older and she understands that Parker, like going through like the season of like first day of school and stuff, has been like, man, my stomach hurts, Mom, I don't feel good. And I was like, okay, well, these are like, we know when our stomach hurts like this, we just get really nervous. And like, so we breathe.
I mean, we try everything that we can to equip them and stuff like that. And you realize you can't do it for them. All we can do is equip them the best that we can, to prepare them the best that we can to tackle a situation. And there's only so much you can do as a parent. And you can encourage, you can pray with them, you can do all these things, but you can't do it for them. And she has to put herself out there, and she's got to do it for herself, and she's got to figure it out. And, you know, that's just the hardest thing. And, you know, knowing just Riley's,
and her mindset is just very different than our other children.
Yeah.
And so it's a lot harder to walk this like situation or struggle with her, because she wants that quick fix, you know? And so she's also doesn't like the way it makes her feel. And she is not understanding why she feels that way, why it's hurting her stomach, you know? And so it's because you can ask Riley any question and she's going to be blunt out, raw, and give you an answer. What makes you happy? What makes you sad? Why does that bother you? She'll tell you. She will literally communicate that with you. Now through this, it's been a little bit hard for her to say. She'll just say, and this is what makes me like a little bit like sad about it. It's because she'll say like, I don't know. Why does your stomach hurt? I don't know. Where does it hurt? I don't know. Okay, show me. And so then you have to really just kind of break down like, you know, you've already gone to school, you've already experienced it, you've been in there with your sisters, and, you know, walking through like, you had a good day, like you did it, and encouraging her, like, you know, and telling her like, you are strong, like you're never alone, God's always with you. And, you know, then telling her like, if your sisters, I was like, you are in an extra special situation, because no matter what, if you're scared, if you feel lonely, like you go get Parker and you go get Olivia. If it's recess, more than likely they're together anyway, but like, it's okay. Like, so trying to kind of like build a little bit stronger relationships with feelings with our children is kind of like a phase that I think we're stepping into, of like, how do you connect a layer of course I always want them to talk to me, but like I can't always be with them. And in this season of like, y'all are together at school, how do we let them rely, in a sense, I want them to know that like they go to the Lord and God can bring you comfort and strength. And I tell Riley, I told her like, I have these feelings too at times, and I just have to pray about it. And sometimes I feel better instantly, and sometimes it takes a little bit of time, and that's okay, you know? And so, you know, I don't know the perfect answer to like share with y'all. I'm just telling y'all like, this is what I'm like working through and like doing at a time. And I've seen some change and I've seen some growth through it, but also to say that like, sometimes they just need a break. Like they're overwhelmed. It's a lot. And I mean, look at me, like I had to come home and like have a timeout too, because I was overwhelmed after all the new emotions and changes and blah, blah, blah. So like, it's a lot. They have been through a lot this summer. And so we're okay. We're okay with, as parents like that, like it's okay to take a break. And so, you know, I had to tell her, she's like, why do I have to go to school? And I was like, well, you're 10. So
I can learn everything on YouTube.
So, you know, it made me laugh. And I was like, well, Riley, you know, this was this morning too. I was like, well, Riley, I was like, listen, you have to go to school because there's actually laws in place where you have to be educated. And she's like, huh. So if I miss school because I have a fever, do you get in trouble?
She's going to work through everything.
I'm like,
she's going to find the loophole.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, really, it made me laugh. But she's incredibly smart and incredibly brave and like a doer and everything. But it's hard to see some type of like something attack like her, you know. And it's not like the normal her. So this kind of is like, now that I'm talking about it out loud, it's almost reminding me of things God's put in the pathway of like homeschool and like talking about middle school and homeschooling them and like all these different emotions and hormones and stuff that they experience. And so I'm just thinking, holy moly, is this going to be leading me into that? And, this is just one new with one kid, and we got 5 more, 4 more who are going to eventually have some level of a different change, And then when they say like, my stomach hurts, I always think Adam, every time the girls say my stomach hurt, he freaks out because he's like, oh my God, they just started period. Or they just pregnant. I'm like, so it's like
it's go time.
Go talk to your mama. So I have to
I'm out.
I have to always make sure, like, let's pinpoint where your stomach's hurting, But so this is just all good. It's all fun. But I guess I would just say, like, I'm very thankful right now that not all 5 of them are experiencing this, because I would be a major roller coaster. Like, I mean, it takes me back to like the beginning days of like, I can't hold all of you at one time, Yeah. And last night and whatever, it was like, I can be there and hold Riley. Like I can be there with her. And yeah, it's hard. Those are those mom moments that like get me. 'Cause I'm like, oh, I'm not enough, but that's a lie. So
yeah.
Anyways, I'm stop talking 'cause I'm getting emotional.
This is your struggle.
We're not talking about me. Anyway, but
so yeah, we don't really have the definitive answer.
Yeah, and we've used all the tools we've learned
working through, and this is something fairly new, and so we're working through it. We're working with her, and as we learn, as we grow, as we figure things out, I'm sure we'll give updates and share our insight and what worked, and usually when we've seen Riley experience like the struggle and that big change and the unknown of that big change, it's like literally it's like a one-day thing. Yeah.
She's over it. She's like, oh, that was nothing. I overcame it. I'm good. But this one's different. And I know that, constant conversation, constant not meaning like it's the only topics of conversation you have, like still make sure that you're engaging with normalcy around and like, okay, what's for dinner? Hey, let's go ride bikes. Like any of the normal things, but have those mindful conversations in intimate times together of like, let's go check the mail, and like just do that with her, or, I don't know. I like, just don't let your day go to bed knowing that you didn't try whatever you could to help her or him, And so I think that's what, as a mom, we feel those things and saying like, but if she's not better, I didn't do enough. And that's not true. It's not true. It's just our kids are growing older and they're having to learn how to deal with different thoughts and emotions and things that they feel. And there are things that we cannot do for them literally anymore that they have to adapt to, and it might take time. And so, in this situation, like Riley can be very verbal and she knows how to articulate like things. And so having conversations with her has been a little bit easier in a sense, but there still is a lot of, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like into her, she's thinking, why does that bother me?
Yeah.
So just making sure to encourage her and to remind her who she is and who she is. And that, like, you're never alone. Like, and then I have to tell her stories to tell her that she's not alone in this. Like, I have days like this, and you know what? I feel the same way. And I said, you know, I can cry about this, and you have to, what's the word I'm looking for? You have to let them know that their feelings and emotions are okay. Yeah. I was never told that, and I'm still suffering with that. Yeah. So I feel like I'm very, you know, we're not like helicopter parents by any means, and we're not like babyfied anything. But when it comes to learning how to process an emotion and a feeling, I feel like I try my best to help them expose and walk through that, because it's hard. It's hard your whole life, you know? So applying and giving them tools, and a lot of those tools that I would tell you that I use that we've learned in the past, just with Parker, even when she was a baby toddler, was breathing. So slowing down breathing, thinking of things outside of their own thoughts. And because something that they might say is like, I can't stop thinking about school. I can't stop thinking about what tomorrow's going to be. I can't stop thinking about who's going to play with me. I can't stop thinking about what's for lunch. When they start overthinking all those things, you take a step down and you say, okay, let's work on breathing. Let's count our breathing to just kind of slow their process down. And then you kind of like hit your five senses. And so you start with 5 and you say, like, let's name 5 things that you can eat. What is something you can taste? Let's name 5 fruits. And so you name 5 fruits. Let's name 4 things that smell good. What are 4 smells? And so you start working through that to just kind of slowly distract their mind from, their heart rate and that feeling. And so just to kind of calm them. And then honestly, I think they're all different. And what really helps Riley was, honestly, she's not like a cuddly person. She just really wanted to just feel cuddled. And I remember that when I was walking through like a panic attack anxiety for the first time, I really just felt like, man, I think I need somebody to hold me. And even though that feels really weird to say, I remember being like, oh my gosh, this is like what a panic attack, feeling totally overwhelmed. So it's like, I just need somebody to hold me. And so sometimes it gets to that and I'm crying because I know what that feeling feels like. And, it's a blessing that I felt like I could be that for her. And just felt a good reminder that man, I'm so thankful that I'm here to be able to hold her. And then it brings me all back, all those feelings go back to I'm sitting here just laying with her, holding her in bed, just thinking about all the days in the NICU that I didn't get to hold her. And God, I'm a mess. Hello, emotions and hormones. So it was good for my soul to just be still with my busybody little child, So, anyways, they really just bring up a lot of, beauty through some of the struggles. And I believe that beauty comes from pain, no matter who it's for and what we go through. It's kind of pure beauty on the other side. So, yeah. I'm really going to stop talking now because now I have a crybaby face.
Yeah. It'll pass.
And we will get stronger, we will grow, and we will learn to use our tools, and it just might take a little bit different time. Everybody's different. Yeah. And we got 6 little difference. Anyway, that went on a cry fest. It's been a couple episodes since y'all seen me cry.
A couple.
I think so. Last episode you were fired up about the Hazel stuff, so we didn't cry on that.
No.
We kind of wanted to fight. Anyways, what else you got? Anything for first day of school weeks? First week of school, first days of school?
I don't think so. I think that, for the most part, other than just this new change with Riley, I think the other girls have handled everything very well. Yeah. But there's always things that pop up as parents that, just catch you off guard and, make you want to slow down. And, this is like one of those things that, but, and it's just it makes things hard just because of the busyness of the house, and there are 5 other kids and that you got to tend to, but whenever you have one that's struggling, sometimes they just need it more. And
and what's so beautiful and revealing to me through this is just thinking of what we have transitioned through these last couple months, and like, God telling me, like, I need you more present now than ever with the girls. And I'm like, man, I feel like we're very present parents, and we've always had a heart to be present with our children, and not understanding, like, what does he mean when he says, I need you to be more present? And like, I get it. Like, I'm starting to really get it. Like, the girls are getting older, and it's like a different level of need from a mom, I think. And so, it's a lot for me, and it's a lot to like adjust to and like try to learn myself, because I didn't grow up with like that mom that was, there to do anything that I just said, to help you through any struggle or ask questions or talk to you or whatever. And so it's very like healing for me, I guess, to be able to do this with my own children, but also, having to learn to like really lean on like, okay, God, I don't know what to do right now. Like, please help me. And just being able to really say those things out loud to you, but also to be in that moment with my child and be like, we just need to pray about this right now, because like, I really don't know how to help you anymore. Like, I've tried, let's just pray about this. And, even if they don't understand, the depthness of prayer, it's good for them to hear it. It's so good for them to hear it.
And just to normalize, for your kids of, whatever they're struggling with or whatever fears that they have, they can lay it down at the feet of Jesus.
Yeah.
And to have confidence in that, know that he's near to the brokenhearted. He's going to fight your battles. He's going to go before you, and to have confidence and faith in that, and to go to that.
Yeah.
And to just model that for your kids. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, I think one of the best things you can do for your kids is to have conversations with them.
Yeah.
The hard conversations, the easy conversations, the funny ones, the sad ones, the emotions.
You never want your kids.
The ones they don't want to talk about.
You never want your kids to feel like they can't come to you with anything, or to be scared that how you're going to react to how they feel, or something that they've gone through, or something that's happened to them. You never want your kids to feel like they can't come to you with anything. And, that just comes from repetitions of just being open and honest, and letting them and reassuring them that they can come to you for anything.
Yeah.
And
I think I've seen that
gives
too.
That gives them confidence, that gives them peace, that gives them security.
Yeah. Yeah. And just reminding them that like, you're safe. Like, you're safe. You're safe.
And it's okay to have feelings. It's okay to not be okay. And, coming to a mom or a dad with, a fear or anxiety or a feeling, I mean, it's normal.
It's not normal. It's not normal to go. I would say it's not normal for kids to go to a parent.
It should be normal.
But it's 100%.
Yeah.
But
that's what I'm saying. Like to reassure them that this should be normal for you to be able to come to me whenever you're feeling this way, and to know that we're gonna be by your side, and we're gonna support you, and we're gonna love you, and we're gonna encourage you, and we're gonna help give you the tools, and we're gonna sit there and pray with you, and we're gonna do all these things. But don't feel like you can never come to me for something like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just think having conversations, and every family is different, and our dynamic is very different than a lot of people's, given we have 6 kids and stuff, but you have to make I mean, it's hard to fit everything in the day schedule, and there's never enough time, right? But you have to really, really put down what's on your plate to be present in that moment of whatever that need is. And that is the role of what we should be doing as parents, is saying, my kid's in need. I need to help them, especially if they're coming to you, you know? Yeah. So I think that we have a lot of life lessons that we will continue to be able to walk through, cry through, struggle through. Yeah. But I do know that I'm not the only one, and we're not the only one walking through something like this. Yeah. I actually had to call a friend this morning and just say, man, I remember you used to talk about walking through anxiety with, you know, your child, and like, what did you do? Like, how this is what I've done. And they're like, you're doing all that you can do. Like, they will have to learn this, and it takes time. And, you know, you just continue to pray. You pray with them and help them with these coping mechanisms and how to learn how their reaction is and what makes them feel this way and why and blah, blah, blah. So, it's okay to seek advice as a parent for how to parent in certain things, because you don't have it figured out. I'm telling you, you never will. We try our best, and we're going to fail at times, but God is a God full of grace. And so we need to give ourselves grace. And, you know, it's the most rewarding and beautifulest gift you will ever receive. And, you know, as hard as the days are going to be, like, being a mom is hands down like the biggest blessing that I could ever receive, you know? So very, very thankful. But I need Jesus every day.
We all do. All right.
I'm tired of crying. I'm done. Let's wrap this up.
Well, thank you guys for sitting and with us on another episode of More Than Reality Podcast.
Hope you enjoyed it.
And we'll see you in the next one.
Bye, guys.
All right. We love you.